the wonderful work that this organization is doing. This is an institution, literally an institution in itself, with a more than 100-year-old legacy. And when I visited the banyan tree, a legacy which actually goes back in terms of the tree to something like 250 years. What an occasion to be proud of. The way that the nature trail has been developed under the leadership of Dr. Mao, I think this is really a milestone in itself. Because not only is it the creative idea of tapping the potential of the botanical garden, developing something which is unique and meaningful for the morning walkers, but it is also the way that the entire thing has been developed. And I was extremely happy and extremely impressed to hear that even the pathway, the bricks that have gone into the pathway are actually those that have been salvaged from the tree guards that were being replaced. What an example of circularity. When we talk about waste to wealth, today India has taken great leads in pioneering in every sphere the whole aspect of waste to wealth. That everything can be reduced, reused, recycled. All our resources can be mindfully utilized, sustainably consumed. And that is a message that we are taking to the world under Mission Life. And BS of circularity having been implemented in the organization itself in this nature trail. The bamboo, all the creepers were all sourced locally. Even the trees that had fallen were used to make these structures. And this is such a wonderful way to remind all of us that nature protects if she is protected. And that is the mission, that is the vision of this environment ministry, that is the logo of this environment and forest and climate change ministry. And that is what has been seen as having been actually implemented on the ground. And I congratulate you, Dr. Mao, for this. I was also extremely enthused by his energy and his passion when he spoke to me about a week or 10 days ago, and he was most insistent that I should come. And I thought that this is something very unique that the organization is so proud of, and I must not lose this opportunity. And I'm so glad that I came. Because not only have I seen what I mentioned in terms of the nature trail, but all the other things that this BSI has done, whether it is the lotus garden that they are developing, or the various other, the mango enclosure and the banyan tree, which has been so wonderfully protected and preserved. It is something that is unique for the country and unique for the world in so many aspects. And that is truly a legacy that we can all be very proud of. And the publications that we just released, all of them point to the dedication of our scientists and researchers. And I'm sure that the entire organization has come together to put its best foot forward in terms of research and in terms of connecting this research with the people. So ultimately, the research that benefits, that leads us to make some policy and project level interventions, that is the research which is really meaningful, and I'm sure that is how this research done by the organization has been directed. For instance, I saw this nutraceuticals in the rich flora of the Northeast that has been captured into this volume. Now this is extremely relevant. We have just had the amendment of the Biological Diversity Act, and that amendment is basically for supporting research into our naturally occurring herbs so that they can benefit us through their medicinal properties and through various other properties that they have. This document is actually going to be hugely effective in terms of furthering the cause of biological diversity in the country. Similarly, the other studies and reports that have been compiled and released are going to be able to help us when we do this action of restoration of our biodiversity. What we really need to understand is how the biodiversity can be traced, and that is the documentation, the rich information source that has been captured so well in ZSI as well as BSI of the flora and fauna and the history. So it's not only discovering the species, documenting it and acquainting the rest of the world with this information, but it's also the capturing of the historical data and the meticulous record keeping that has been ensured. And that will help us as we take more and more steps to protect and conserve our biodiversity and to restore the original biodiversity, these will be benchmarks, these will be baselines with which we can compare ourselves and see in what direction our efforts are progressing. So this is really a very good opportunity for me to have seen firsthand the excellent work that this organization is doing, and we are very happy from the ministry to have supported it with various through various interventions, and certain aspects that are requiring attention and priority have been flagged in the presentation, and we will certainly look at how we can address those concerns. But I am confident that the approach of this organization, which has been so dynamic and so relevant, it has moved with the times. It is a 100-year-old organization, but it is moving with the times. It is capturing and harnessing technology. So all the digitization that has been done, all the information that is available through e-books, all of these are actually indications of how the power of science and technology and the passion to do research has all been combined so wonderfully in the Botanical Survey of India. So I would like to compliment the entire team for your zeal, your enthusiasm, and your spirit of scientific curiosity. I commend it, and I would assure you that whatever support the ministry can give and Government of India can give, we would be more than happy to extend that support. And I look forward to continued collaboration of BSI with various other organizations in the country, state governments and other institutions, and the product of all this collaboration will surely set many more milestones and benchmarks that the country will be proud of. Thank you and congratulations once again.